Hi guys. So last week Pastor Chris had a shirt and it had a picture of one of his favorite people, and I just wanted to let you guys know I don't need that shirt because I have the real thing right here. And yeah, here's his quote: "Life is life, Gabi." Yep, he's just gonna keep doing that. It's okay. Anyways, so we are in my backyard and we love our little house and we've lived here for a long time, and Gabi is distracting. Stop. You can go away now. I don't need you anymore. I love you. Yep, everybody loves you. And bye. Thank you. Okay, so our backyard. I love our backyard. Do you guys see? We have a trampoline. We have a big old space. We've got our basketball hoop because Jerry practices his jump shots, his dunk shots. I don't know. Go all the way around. Like, we have a big space. Do you know what's missing? A pool. Yep, a swimming pool. We keep talking about putting in a swimming pool, but it costs a lot of money. Like, a lot of money. And we didn't even realize how much money, like, for real. Guys, it's a lot of money. So we have to think long and hard about if it's worth it, you know? I mean, and it's not just money putting it in, and then we gotta pay like every month, and you can't just let it sit here. You have to use it, and I mean, there's a lot to consider. It's like a life-changing decision, cost. It's something that we have to live with for a long time, like forever. We gotta commit. We can't just stop using it after a month or get our money back or whatever. You can't go, after you make this, you can't go back to life like you don't have a pool, right? So when Pastor Chris asked me to share on Luke chapter 14, I was listening to his sermon last week and his message, and he was talking about how when the guy with the feast invited his friends and his friends said no, then he invited everybody else, right? Well, once you eat like that, you can't go back to regular food. Come on. It's not just a one-time thing, man. You're gonna want to come back all the time. You're gonna say, man, what can I do to eat like this some more? And what can I do to live like this and be, you can't just get a taste of it and be okay with it. You want to keep pursuing it. And that's what following Christ is like. You can't just say, hey, somebody loves you, and then go back to living as if you're all alone in this world. Like, once you get a taste of Christ, you're gonna want some more. You're gonna want to fill your life with it. You're not gonna want to go back to your life before, because now you've tasted what goodness really is, right? And I was thinking about the verses after Pastor Chris's message, verse 25 to 35 in Luke chapter 14. It talked about Jesus making sure we understand what we're asking for. When we say we're going to follow Christ, it's not something that you can take lightly. It's not like, oh, I'm a Christian, but yet you live like you're not. You live like everybody else. You talk like everybody else. Jesus said, no. If you're going to follow me, you got to get ready to walk away from everything else. Walk away from everything that's comfortable. Walk away from what you think is great, because I have something better. But sometimes it's going to be hard, guys. You can't change your mind halfway and still reap the benefits, you know? Like, for example, with this whole pool situation, we can't go halfway and then stop. I mean, once you commit, you gotta go full, right? And then let's say they finish the pool, they put some water in, and 3 months from now, it's gonna be cold outside. We can't say, can you guys come and give us our money back and take this, because now it's cold. We wanna be warm. We don't care about the water and all that stuff. No. Once you commit to Christ, you follow through, guys. I promise you it's worth it. I promise you nothing else compares. This means sometimes you are not going to have your friends supporting you. This means sometimes your friends are going to think you're weird. This means sometimes you're going to be alone without the people who you've been used to. But God promises, Jesus says you will never be alone, right? Sometimes you gotta get new friends, and that's okay. And this isn't just right now. This is later in life too. I remember I had some friends growing up, and when I turned 21, they wanted to do some things to party, and I was like, no thanks, guys. Like, Susan, you're so boring. And I'm like, yep, I really like being boring, and bye-bye. It was such a random thing, and I thought we were friends, but to not make bad choices, they didn't think I was cool enough. Whatever. I'm totally okay with that. So, following Christ, to demonstrate that you are truly following Christ, you're going to have to say nicer words. You can't be jumping into conversations like everybody else. That whole thing of not having something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, Jesus wants us to use our good words. Jesus wants us to make kind choices, be loving to others, all that stuff. And sometimes your friends want to do bad things. Goodbye. Someday you're going to thank me. Just remember that. So Jesus also said in there, you can't say that you're a Christian and then when you stop acting like it, still think that you're a Christian. And he used the metaphor like salt. Once salt loses its flavor, you can't keep adding it to food. It's like adding sand. Really, it's just granules that have no flavor. So you're just like, what was that crunch? Nobody wants that. Okay? If you say you're going to follow Christ, you're going to follow through. And good or bad, alone, with a group of Christians, your focus has to be on Christ. Okay? I keep going back to the swimming pool analogy. Now, imagine if somebody paid for my pool. Hello? That would be such a huge relief. If somebody said, hey, Susan, you put a pool in there, I'll pay for it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I'll pay for the pool. You take care of it. You do whatever. Oh my gosh, who would say no to that? Not me. And that's kind of what Christ did, right? He said, you know what, Susan? I know you mess up. I know you can't afford the price for sin, so I'm going to pay that for you. I just need you to live a life as if you appreciate that. A life as if you're going to follow me and honor what's right. That's what I need you to do. So it's like Jesus paid for my pool. Great, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to show him I appreciate it. Jesus paid with his life for mine. You better believe I'm going to walk as best as I can with God's word in my heart, coming out of my mouth, pouring out, because hello, forget the pool for a minute. Forget the pool, okay? I know it's hard. I know I want to see a pool back. But guys, life, to give your life for somebody else, there's nothing greater than that. Nothing. And that's what Jesus did. Like, how can I prove to these people that I love? How can I prove to these people that I'm serious about their future, about their eternity? And Jesus died for us, okay? Huge, way, epic. So let's say this pool is Jesus dying for us. And then, I don't know, in the winter time, Josiah and Jeremiah, we don't want to go out there and clean it or anything, and so it turns green. Do I want to tell people I have a pool? Nope. Because it's nasty looking, right? Sometimes you guys say the wrong things. Sometimes I might slip up with some, and it's not nice and kind, and then somebody might say, I thought you were a Christian. Oh, that burns. That hurts. Guys, you gotta maintain that level of appreciation. You gotta make sure that when you say, I'm a Christian, make sure that that statement is with a pure heart, because it's hard to stick to it when you're faking it, you know? If I tell people I have a pool, I want to invite people over. open invitation right now. When we get this pool, guys, we're having a party. Hopefully soon, like in a couple of months. Not right now, no, but in a couple months or something. One thing I was thinking about is this pool that me and Gabby are paying for, that's my pool. My kids can swim in it. Gigi can't say it's her pool if she never goes into it, right? Gigi can't say, oh yeah, I have a pool at my house. It's the best pool ever. And everybody's like, well, how often do you go in it? It's like, oh no, we just keep it there, but I don't swim in it. I haven't even put my foot in it. But my parents have it, so it's their pool. So Gigi can't quite claim it. It's not quite the same. And I want to remind you guys, when you guys say, oh, my parents are Christians and my parents go to church, my parents make me go to church, that is a decision you guys have to make for yourself. If you want Christ in your heart to guide you, to strengthen you, to give you peace and comfort and wisdom and so much good stuff, guys, make you brave when you're scared, there's so much good stuff in Christ. You have to make that decision. This pool that we want to put in, it's not something we're going to use for right now. It's something we're going to commit to long term. We don't plan on moving anytime soon. I mean, like, ever. I mean, it's a great house. It's a great neighborhood. We're good. And guess what? When our kids grow up and go away, I hope someday they're gonna bring their kids, and our grandkids are be like, we want to go to grandma's house because she has a pool. Duh. Come to my house. Come check out the pool. Come cool off. I want this to be a place that you feel welcome and comforted. Maybe someday my grandkids could get baptized in our pool. I always thought that was so cool when somebody can say, my daughter was baptized in my friend's pool and such and such. Next summer, guys, when we have this pool back here, I'd be so honored if any of you wanted to get baptized in our pool. That would be beautiful, because I would celebrate right along with you guys to declare that you want to be a Christ follower, to make that statement and to walk in that sacrifice that Christ has done for us. Oh my gosh, you guys, that would be the best thing ever. Commit to it. Know that Christ has already paid the price. Know that Christ has already called you by name. There's nothing, nobody absolutely that compares to Christ and living a life to honor Him. I hope this pool thing didn't throw you off. I hope it made sense. I hope I have been able to enlighten you just a little bit. And don't forget, we all love Gabi. Life is life, guys. Enjoy it, appreciate it, and follow Christ. We love you guys.